Hello and welcome to Ascension Arcana Tarot. This is Christine with a weekly romance reading. This is a general reading as always. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. You guys might notice if you are very observant, I have, as I'm tossing the cards, I have a tiny piece of quartz that I added in here. And I'm also wearing a band-aid today. Sorry for my band-aid. But I have my little quartz buddy to do readings with us here. God, what does this collective need to know for their romance journey this week? I don't know about you guys. I've been in some pretty intense energy the last couple of weeks. I'm curious what will come up here. It's hard to shuffle with a band-aid. All right, we're working on this. Oh, there's our Two of Swords that we can't get rid of these last couple of weeks. All right. What does this collective need to know for their romance journey this week, God? Let me shuffle back here so it's a little easier. Okay, got a couple that flipped out. The Knight of Pentacles. We've talked about him before. He's my slow knight. So he's like a slow and steady energy. He's a reliable energy, right? He gets there. He's very goal-driven. He's a guy who's going to make sure his I's are dotted and his T's are crossed. So when he gets there, it's going to feel complete and good. But there is just an energy there of it being kind of slow, like a long time coming. On this deck, he actually has a little bit more get up and go than on some of the other decks. His horse looks like it's actually moving its feet. That's interesting. It's like just a slow forward moving energy. The Seven of Cups is representing some choices here. I'm drawn on this card to the fact that there's like positive choices, like seemingly positive choices and seemingly negative choices. And the Strength card here around kind of taming our inner beasts. Let me feel this for a minute. It feels like an energy of like making sure that you're getting clear on your choices. That's really funny. After all that shuffling that I just did, the Two of Swords is still on the bottom. I'm wondering if she's going to come out. It feels like an energy of getting clear on your choices. And I feel like the Two of Swords is that energy too, right? We've been talking about that a lot lately, where it's kind of like a stalemate energy. Yeah, here it just feels like getting clear on what it is that you want. And really being patient there and kind of going deeper than like just on the surface. So what I'm feeling with this card is that there's sort of I don't even want to say deceptive. It's almost like a glamour, energy kind of over these choices here. So they might not be what they seem to be like on the surface. I feel like that's why we're getting the Strength card here. It's almost like a caution to not make an emotional decision. I'm feeling that energy of the Knight of Pentacles bringing in like that groundedness. Both of these cards feel kind of slow to me. So it kind of feels like, whoa, slow down, getting grounded, and if there are decisions to be made, making sure that you're making them from a place of like connection with your heart and with your soul, kind of being able to see through any like glamours or outward appearances. It's like, it's making me feel like the example that came up is like on the first day of work, right? Everyone might be on their best day, their best behavior. But then once you're there for a few weeks, you kind of start to see like what's behind the veil. So kind of having that patience to allow the truth to like reveal itself to you. We have the Five of Cups and the Judgment card. Yeah, the Five of Cups is like feeling like this feeling to me of one, fixating on like the sad things, and two, fixating on the past, right? So this would be like regrets over the past, regrets over something that happened, maybe like some clumsiness around how something was handled. Like I'm noticing these 3 cups that are spilled, that like maybe he kicked them over, was kind of clumsy with them. And then just like having regret. I'm feeling an energy. This could be around like kind of someone beating themselves up for mistakes, or things that seem like mistakes, right? It could be that maybe you've made some choices represented in this 7 of Cups card, and maybe you made a choice that ended up being not right for you, right? Or it didn't work out, and just having some regrets around that. And then the Judgment card is representing like this huge wake-up call. So this definitely is feeling like a relationship like energy. Sometimes I feel this as like your energy, but I feel like this is a dynamic that's going on right now. The Judgment card is, it's like a call from God, Spirit, the angels, like however you want to see it. It's these people kind of rising up from the dead and being transformed. It's one of my most powerful cards of change. And like one of the more positive ones, the next card after Judgment is the World, which is when you have reached that successful completion of like a lesson or a cycle. So I feel that. It feels a little muddy right now, the energy that this collective is in, but it feels like it's flowing. So we've been getting that like 2 of Swords card a lot, right? And it's been sort of like a stagnant or a stuck energy. And I remember we've gotten the Hangman a couple of times as well, and I talked about how that's sort of like the universe putting you in a timeout, right? I don't feel that anymore. I feel this as like a slow forward flow, like a slow moving stream or a river, but it's like kind of muddied up right now because you're still learning the lessons that are here. So yeah, I hope that makes sense what I'm saying by like muddy. Like there's still some kind of misaligned energy here. There's still like some upsets here. Especially this 5 of Cups is really standing out to me. This energy of regret and kind of feeling like you handled things in like a messy way. I feel like part of the message of the Judgment card is just to forgive yourself for being messy. Like none of us are perfect. Like when we go through something, sometimes we do handle it in ways that don't feel that great, and then we learn, right? We have that opportunity to say, I don't like how I handled that situation. I would like to do things differently next time, right? And kind of giving yourself the freedom and the forgiveness and the compassion to let that go and kind of give yourself like a new start. Like this Judgment card is representing that as like the resurrection energy, right? Kind of rising up out of the ashes of whatever this situation is that you're kind of not happy about or upset about. That feels nice. All right. So let's ask God, what is your advice for folks in this collective today on their romance journey? It feels so weird shuffling with a Band-Aid on. I gotta get used to this. All right. That was a big chunk. It was a fumble that just came out, but the Lovers card was on the top, and I'm feeling called to point that out. I wonder if it'll come back. The Lovers card, as I've talked about, it can be a romantic situation. It can also just be making decisions that are aligned with love. Although I do feel, like I said, I'm feeling this as like a situation that's happening in a romantic relationship. So I think that's like a sweet sign to have the Lovers. 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. This is reflecting that forward movement energy again, definitely. All I'm getting from the 7 of Wands is defensiveness. All I'm getting from that is defensiveness. And then the 10 of Pentacles being sort of I've talked about this. It's like not everyone's ideal, right? But if we kind of think of like the ideal romantic dream, like how would you want your romantic story to end? It's this, right? It's generational wealth, it's security, it's leisure time. You know, it's having the generations of family around with the dogs and all the pentacles, you know, representing material security and stability. This is really interesting. I'm feeling like the way that the energy flows for me is like the 10 of Pentacles is piercing the defenses. So I'm feeling the energy and I'm just struggling a little bit to put words to what I'm feeling. This part's easy for me. This feels like piercing the defenses with all those wands coming towards that like defensive energy. I'm just not sure how the 10 of Pentacles is like piercing that. It's almost like letting your dreams in. It feels like I don't even know how to say this. Like you're kind of being made a pincushion by the universe a little bit so that this energy of like this dream come true in romance can like sort of permeate through your defenses. This is interesting. Let's see if we get... I feel like this will be a lot easier for you if you just surrender and let it in without having the universe have to turn you into a pincushion. So, yeah. If that resonates for anyone, I don't know, that can be pretty difficult to do sometimes, but that is what the universe is asking you to do. What else? What other advice do you have for this collective? We have the Death card. That's another one of my big cards of endings and transformation, just like Judgment. Yeah, I feel like the universe is saying, let it change. I had an energy similar to this the other day. I don't remember if it was a romance reading or just a general reading or one of my astrology readings or what, but it's like your defenses are going to get broken down no matter what. This change is coming. The Death card is like a slow moving, inevitable, permanent change. I'm getting the same slow moving forward energy as I was over here, where it's like that river that's just moving slowly, but it's kind of muddied up by like these upsets and stuff. But it's okay. Like you're working on it. I feel like as the river continues flowing and as you keep healing, it's going to get less and less muddy. So this is feeling like that energy of this change is going to happen. It is inevitable. Like the writing is on the wall. So you have a choice. You can choose to lower your defenses and let this kind of success energy in, let it kind of flow in easy, right? Or it can flow in with kind of this like pincushiony feeling. And like, please, I'm not saying that anything like violent is going to happen to anyone or anything like that. It's just the way that the energy feels to me is like the universe is feeling like it has to use a little bit more force to like get through your defenses. So it's like your choice, right? You can choose to let it in or not let it in. And as always, it's your free will decision. I had a feeling Temperance was going to come out. That's funny. So we have the Four of Wands and Temperance. I love that. The Four of Wands is like a really joyful card. I mean, that plus the Lovers. I know I didn't show you guys, but that was the card that I got in the fumble earlier. Those are like really auspicious cards for a romantic relationship. So in the deck, like these guys are getting married. This is the Twin Flame card, the 1111 card with the two wands on either side, right? This is like a really joyful celebration with a community. There's abundance here. There's a lot of love. It's a really sweet card. And then the Temperance card it's like alchemy for me, right? She's like transforming the things in the cup, this angel. She's got one foot on the ground and one foot in the water, kind of symbolizing that bridge between the emotions and sort of being grounded, right? Being grounded with them in terms of like physical action or things that you're doing. I I feel like she's doing this energy that I was saying about the river and like the water being muddy. And she's helping you transform it into like clear water. So this would be adopting those traits of the Temperance card around being patient, being compassionate with yourself, allowing that transformation to happen, being really peaceful, being in touch with like spiritual beings. So if that resonates for you, I mean, it's literally an angel on the card, right? It could be that you're being invited to ask for some guidance from spiritual beings that you believe in. Those two cards together are like really sweet. Really, really sweet. Yeah. It's funny, like I can relate to this, that sometimes it feels difficult to let sweetness in, especially if you've had experiences in life that have not been very sweet, right? And there are sometimes reasons why people kind of develop this defensive energy. It can feel scary and a little overwhelming sometimes to allow that security and that love and that abundance to flow in. But it does feel like the universe is really calling for you to allow it in. It's like it's coming in anyways, so you can do it the easy way or the hard way. And it just seems way more fun to put the defenses down and just let the good stuff come in. I'm feeling like we have another message. Oh, that's funny. He was on the bottom just a bit ago. The King of Swords. I feel like this is about using logic. Who was I talking about that here? It's reflecting off the energy of the Seven of Cups and the Strength card again. So like I was saying, to sort of tame those emotions, right? And be making decisions kind of with like patience and almost like a long-term view rather than like a quick emotional reactivity. Like he's a very logical king. He's not going to make any decisions without getting really clear on like what it means for him, right? What is involved in each side of the choice and things like that. So he would kind of go through each of these cups and maybe he would make like a pros and cons list, right? Or maybe he would kind of experience each of them a little bit to see what they're really like kind of over time. What's the messages that I'm getting from that? That's beautiful. And it feels very clear to me. I feel like this is a pretty simple message today. I'm feeling called again to say, like, this energy is very sad. I can feel it. I can feel the heaviness of this card in my heart. And I don't know, it's making me almost want to tear up. Like, this energy is very sad. Just allowing yourself to make mistakes. Like, just give yourself permission. Like, none of us are perfect. None of us are God, right? None of us have any of this completely figured out. We're all just sort of stumbling through it and learning our lessons and trying to do better next time, right? So I really feel that for this collective. Like, you definitely care about learning and doing better. Yeah. It's okay to just give yourself permission that, like, it's all right if something was hastily done or sloppily done, or you kind of made a choice that you're not happy about. It's not, I think what I'm getting here is the message of, like, you didn't ruin anything. Like, it might seem like things are messy right now, but in truth, you didn't ruin anything. Like these cups in here, I think in the traditional tarot, they're filled with wine. Oh yeah, those two are. This one's water. Like, I feel like you could just go over to this castle and like ask somebody for some more wine and just fill the cups back up, right? Like, it's a solvable problem. It's a healable problem. As you're flowing and learning your lessons and moving down that river, the Temperance card is going to help you to clear the water, right? And you're going to be in this like beautiful crystal clear water. It's going to feel really nice. I like that. I'm feeling that energy too of clarity with the King of Swords. I love that. And speaking of clarity, dun dun dun, we have the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I love that. I'm actually going to put that one up here. That's funny. So I've just talked about the clear river, Temperance card helping you get clarity. King of Swords is clarity energy. And then this guy was at the bottom representing clarity. I was channeling that for a while a bit ago and it hasn't come up. So I love that it came up again. It's like one of my favorite energies. Okay. We have romance angels. What messages do you have for this collective? We have wedding. This situation involves marriage. So that's interesting because this is the a marriage card as well. And so is the Ten of Pentacles, actually. So folks in this collective could be married or moving towards marriage, or even living in a situation similar to marriage, right? Where you've just been like long-term partners and you live together and have combined your lives together. I feel like there's a stability here that, like a foundation that I'm feeling with the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles here. Like you have even this guy with his defenses, he's like, even with his stance, right? He's like sort of creating a foundation for his body to kind of fight back. I'm feeling that energy for this, that it's like a longer term relationship and that the two of you have like a good basis together, like a good foundation. We got a bunch just came out. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Yes, I totally feel that. Because like I said, the river looks muddy right now. And whoever's in this collective is in this energy of like regret and feeling like you messed something up. And in this energy of kind of confusion and like not knowing what to do about it, not knowing how to move forward. Yeah, I think it's about trusting and also trusting that you can be open. Like I'm really feeling that around this defensiveness energy and the Seven of Wands. Like it feels like there's a tendency to use those defenses as a way to be safe. And I feel like the universe is advising not to do that and to be open and kind of more like soft and surrendered. That's coming from the Strength card and these two, big time. It's like a really soft, receptive, feminine energy. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Yeah. If there was a mistake made, yeah, have a conversation about it, right? And then calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. That's really sweet. I like that. So if you're listening to this and maybe you're not in a marriage or like a committed relationship, like this could be an energy that you're working through before you kind of have that breakthrough of having your person come in, right? That's really sweet. I feel like I want to use this one. Then you get a couple of Yin Yang Oracle cards, and then we are done. I have not used this deck yet. I have like two separate tarot collections now. I have one that I use for my channel and one that I use for like myself and friends and kind of more personal readings. So I just got a second copy of this Yin Yang Oracle. I'm like so excited about it. All right, what do you have to say to my viewers about their romantic journey? Sweet. I just got one. It says control tactics. Yeah. It feels like it's going back to this, using defenses as a way of controlling. I don't know if this will resonate for you guys. I've been working through worthiness blocks lately, and it feels like that might be something for this collective too, like feeling unworthy of receiving like the love and the stability and the long-term partnership. Especially if a mistake has been made or you have somehow like wronged someone or your partner. I think it can be hard sometimes. I mean, depending on how you're raised and what your beliefs are, but I think I've known a fair number of people for whom like it's difficult to kind of forgive yourself and move on sometimes. Do you have anything else to say? Any last message for my viewers here? These ones are tricky because they like flip around in the deck sometimes and then I don't notice that they're there. Yeah, you're totally breaking through some big patterns here. It says toxicity, bound patterns, lack, and doubts. Yeah. So I feel like these specifically could be upsets that you're working through, feelings that have come up around this situation that you're regretting here from the past, represented by the 5 of Cups. So kind of take this as a hint from the universe if this resonates, that these are the patterns that you're working through and releasing, and that it's okay to just recognize that, right? Yeah, and the doubts too is kind of off of this trust card. Like, it's okay to release doubts. You deserve good things and good things are coming. I mean, the universe is a flow of energy, right? It's constantly flowing things to all of us. So there's no stagnancy here. It's just slow forward movement and sort of healing through those muddy places in the river and then transforming that with your healing. And as the river continues, it's just going to get so clear and so beautiful. The energy of these 2 cards is like just like beaming at me with just this beautiful clarity and like peace. This is the destination. This is what you're getting to, and it's going to feel really nice. So that feels really complete to me. I hope that was helpful. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, as all of those things help me as I'm growing my channel, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye.